Raise your hand.
Kamari, how tough was fall camp playing through that injury, trying to work through it, and just how do you feel physically going into the second week?
I would say fall camp was tough for me just because I was more so away from the game I love. I've never really had to, miss out on a lot of time and just not being out there and just watching all the guys go out there and, battle the fall camp quite hard and go through those practices. I think that was more challenging than actually being injured for me.
Or to your left, offensively, people talk about finding a rhythm, right? With the quarterback into the flow, the running backs find a hole, etc. What does it look like on your side of the ball in terms of finding its groove and being patient and, doing, the reps that need to be done where you guys feel confident things are going the right direction?
I would say for us as a defensive unit, us getting in the rhythm, we always say 3 and out takeaways. So, that's our rhythm. We want to get on the field, get off the field as fast as possible, try and get the ball off people.
When you're going through practice during camp in a non-contact jersey, you're pretty. Coach Smart last camp said you're one of the best open field tacklers. That first hit, did it feel different Saturday? Was there an acclimation period? Kind of like Zach was talking about, but for you personally?
For me personally, when it comes to like hitting and tackling, I don't really have to acclimate because that's just something like that I itch to do. So coming out of that black jersey, it was like a bird just let off me, just finally being able to let loose and play football the way that I've always played.
Kamari, what did you think of the way the other corners played against UT Martin? Got a bunch of different guys involved, but what did you make of how they played?
I think those guys played pretty well. I think we came out, we played fast and physical. I think we were technically sound. We have a lot of things to clean up, but I think that we played well and that we have a lot of things that we can build off of.
I was going to ask you what things did y'all feel like you needed to get better on after the first game?
As a unit, we have a lot of things that we need to get better with. Just as a whole, we can just keep, just building off of each other and getting our communication and things of that nature back in order, and just really just find a way to, just be comfortable playing with each other.
Seemed like there in the fourth quarter, there was a few busted coverages. What was kind of the talks with the younger guys? I think Jonell missed an out and up there late in the fourth quarter. Just talking to coach and film review, what was the response?
Mainly it's just really just seeing what you're supposed to see. Especially whenever you get in the game and all the lights and stuff like that. Sometimes it gets hard just being able to, have eye control and discipline, but just mainly, seeing what you're supposed to see. Just, just going back to what you practice all week, basically.
Kamari, it feels like we saw the safeties and Tyke in the star spot really move around the field and really make an impact. What did you see and what were your, review of how those guys played, a couple days ago?
You saw it on the field, like those guys were just flying around, making plays left and right. It was just really fast and really physical. Guys coming out of the top, making big plays, making big tackles. I'm happy to see guys like Tyke be able to come back and just, play loosely and freely.
Yeah, where have you seen Jalen Everett grow the most as he moves into his second year in this program and takes on a bigger role with QB obviously leaving?
The things that I've seen out of Dalen really is just really his attention to detail and his willingness to just buy into whatever coach is telling us to do. And trying to do that to the best of his ability.
So when you came out of the game and you saw some of the younger guys go in, what was some of the communication you had with them just on the sidelines on things to look out for and what to improve on?
I was really just, there's a lot of younger guys, that's their first game, and I remember my first game, how nervous I was and, how big of a moment it was for me, so I was just basically just telling them, just calm down at the end of the day, it's just football, it's the same game that you've been playing since you were a little kid, just go out there and really just have fun.
What can you tell us about Julian?
Julian is a guy who really enjoys football. He loves the game. He comes in with a big smile on his face every day. He loves to go to work, and he's just somebody who kind of brings like a little different energy to our group. So he's a great addition to our secondary for this season.
How
I'm sure you had some time for film. I mean, what do you tell AJ on a play like that? UT Martin made it look like his coverage. I don't know. Sometimes it looks like you guys can be in perfect coverage. There's not much you can do. Do you just encourage a guy after that? And what did you think about that play?
You know, it was a really tough play because, you know, just for him, you know, just for it being, you know, the way that it happened, you know, at the end of the game, you know, whenever we had a goose egg on the scoreboard, and just for it to happen to a player like that, you know. But it's just really like a next play mentality, you know. You go to the film room, you see what you could have done better. It's always like that one little thing that you could have done better. You could have moved your feet a little bit quicker, or you could have, you know, stepped a little bit faster, and you just learn from that, and then just keep moving forward.
Yeah, Kamari, I spoke to you during SEC Media Day about your first interception against Vanderbilt. You said you weren't really supposed to be there. We spoke to Coach Smart. I can't remember who asked him about Kyron Jones' interception, and he kind of scoffed at it. It was like, I got lucky. It was a tipped pass. What was that humbling moment for you, like when you got back to the media room or off to the sideline, and Coach kind of humbled you after a massive play as a freshman?
It was definitely that Vanderbilt play. You know, I had the interception. And then, you know, everybody was happy and stuff. And then I got back to the sideline, and they were like, you know, what coach were you playing? And I was like, I don't really remember. I got the interception though, so it was definitely that Vanderbilt play.
I mean, to continue on that Kyron interception, I mean, what was your kind of thoughts and feelings of when he did snag that and take it all the way back to the house?
I mean, I was ecstatic. I mean, at first, I wasn't expecting it to happen. You know, we just got on the field, and the next thing you know, he's taking it back for 6. So, I mean, myself and everybody else on the team, we were just so happy to see him, you know, be able to make that play.
Yeah, you guys were originally supposed to be playing on the road at Oklahoma this week. What are some of the big differences between getting ready to go play in a hostile road environment compared to playing in a home game for you guys in terms of procedures, what you do, working through things like that?
I wouldn't say that, you know, there's a big difference, honestly, because we prepare for every game like it's the biggest game, you know. So, you know, Coach Mark puts us in the most hostile situations every day at practice, whether it be, you know, the crowd noise in the indoor or whether it's just, you know, special periods that we have to work on. So I wouldn't say it's a big difference because, you know, we treat every game like it's the biggest game of the year.
When we had an opportunity to talk to Coach Smart, he said that you guys in the secondary weren't tested too much against UT Martin. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how much you felt like you were tested and you know, how that game prepares you guys for the rest of the season.
I would say, you know, they didn't throw the ball as much as, you know, we thought they would, but you know, they did try and test, you know, us on the back end with certain things like, you know, eye control and just making sure that we're seeing things that we're supposed to see. So, you know, that's something that we have to, you know, work on moving forward. Is just making sure that we have good eye discipline and, you know, reading our keys and stuff like that.
You talk about eye discipline. This defense talks about eye discipline. It's kind of required to play defensive back. What tricks you? I think Missouri got you last year, I think, once.
Yeah.
What gets you?
It's really just being nosy, you know. You just want to look in the backfield and see what's going on back there, and a lot of times you look back there and then a guy pops out of the ground on you. So, you know, it's just really just focusing on your assignment. And, you know, whenever it's time for you to look back there, then you can look back in the backfield. But, you know, other than that, you need to just focus on, you know, your task at hand. Most of the time, that's the man in front of you.
Any other questions?